Yes, and at Brunswick Records, I started having questions, started asking questions. Carl Davis told me, he says, when you leave Brunswick, if you decide to leave Brunswick Records, you will know how to produce yourself because I'm going to teach you. And he did. He showed me the ropes. So in 1970, I came in from, I think I had been to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And so I came on back to Kansas City. The rest of the group stayed in Chicago. When I walked in the door, my telephone was ringing. This is so-and-so and so-and-so from Brunswick Records. He says, when you get back to Chicago, you're going to find Sloopy's head in the trash can behind the studio. And threw a shockwave through me. So I called the other two members to see what happened. They told me they didn't know, but they knew Sloopy was in trouble. Sloopy was one of the singers in the group. He had done some stuff and had to leave Chicago. So when I get back to Chicago, Carl Davis told me, he said Sloopy had stole a check out of his desk drawer and a mink coat. And I'm saying like, whoa. And I said, did you send that message to me about offense, Sloopy? He said, no. Well, I knew through conversation who really owned Brunswick Records. It was the mob. The Turnables. If you ever look that up, you'll find out. They would do things to you. So of course, he was going to take me off. I was on Decor label at Brunswick. He says he's going to take me off and put me on Atlantic Records. Well, I had also read in my contract, if either party decides to make any changes, I had an option to whether I want to stay on the contract or I could void my contract. So this news was heartbreaking to me. First of all, I'm dealing with a thief in my band. And then I come to find out that I was the only one that had signed the contract. The rest of the fellas, when I leave, they got nothing. They're not on contract. Brunswick not obligated to them. But I decided to leave. I came back to Kansas City and got enrolled in school. I went to finish my education. But the deal was I couldn't sign another contract for another 5 years. So that was the deal. And I really didn't want to get back involved with it because I knew who owned the industry. Now I know who's who out there. And I was not going to get myself back into that. Plus, I knew enough then to record my own self. I don't need it. All I need is the money. So that's when things changed. I decided to put together my own record label, my own publishing company. I wrote my own songs and I recorded them. That got me in trouble. I put my first song out there and it came out number 36 on the charts. That's big to come out 36 on the national charts. There's a song called We'll Love Us Day and Night. I had no idea the flip side was going to do even better. Yes, it did even better nationally. So this is when the mob came and got me. They They took me down to River Key and had a meeting with me. So I'm sitting in this room waiting on them to come in the room. Well, they was in the other room having a meeting. I didn't know it. And they had a window over here. It looked like a mirror to me. But evidently it was a window that they could see me and I couldn't see them. So they had this meeting. The guy that brought me was the guy that put out Daddy's Home. His name was Shep. He sang with the Line Riders. He came and got me and he says, okay, the meeting's over, man. He said, they said they're going to let you have that. Well, my idea in the first place was to cause them problems enough to whereas they will pay me to stop me. If they don't pay me, I'm going to do it again. So they decided they weren't going to pay me. So I did it again. I come up with another one. That's when disco came in. Well, disco kind of wiped everybody out. But then I noticed I started working for the mob. I started playing gigs for them. I made more money playing for them than I did when I was in Chicago. So when disco came in, I saw my chance to even further my career by getting into blues. So I wrote a blues album, blues CD. At that time I had a band called the BWB Band. Mayfield Towns, Johnny Copperways, Reggie May, Alan Whitmore, Jim Peter, Little Brother. We had Dynamite Sound. We had the biggest sound as far as blues band. In fact, we was rated number 6 unsigned blues band in the country. Now a lot of people look at blues like, no. Believe me, blues is big. We got a write-up in Living Blues magazine. Well, I needed a harmonica player. So I had John Paul to play behind me. But John Paul stole the show from me. My main song that I had on there, this time I got the blues. It was like John Paul stole it. And John Paul blew the harmonica. Oh man, it was beautiful the way he done it. And that's the way the write-up came out. It says, it's a great song, Smiley, but you let John Paul steal it from you. But I didn't care, it didn't make no difference. That was, we were musicians, you know. And at that time, you didn't see black players playing with white players. Well, in the BWB band, that's what it was all about. You black and you white. We both want to play some blues. Come on, let's get together. We're gonna make this work. And we built a pretty darn good band. We ended up traveling all over the country, coast to coast. We did several TV shows with Little Brody Buster. He was a kid. I was his mentor. And I taught this kid a lot of stuff. I could have taught him more, but his parents kind of backed up on it. I wanted to give him voice lessons. God knows I know how to sing. You know? I could have gave it to him. But his mom thought that was too old-fashioned. But I knew this is where you start from. When I started, I was listening to people that could sing. Because I'm older, but I was listening to what they was doing with their voice. And this is what I wanted to put into him. But she didn't see it that way, so I kind of backed up on that. But the BWB band had its time. We played a lot of great places. We did Jay Leno's show. We did Crooked Jay's show down in Memphis. We played for the White House, Bill Clinton. and on and on and on. And we did have a until about 2000. We started falling apart. Johnny left the group, I think, in 98 and formed his own group called them Automatics. We had some issues out in California with Universal. We was working with Universal Studios out there in Hollywood. And I think Johnny had some issues with him or something. But anyway, he decided he was no longer wanted to be a part of it. And he formed a pretty good group called Automatics. And that was about the story of it. In about 2000, it was about 2002, I noticed I had developed COPD. And I started going downhill. I knew then that my days doing a lot of traveling wasn't good for me. So I stayed around this area, gigging around this area. I used, I think I wrote 3 CDs. In 2006, I wrote 2 CDs. I wrote one for me, the Legend CD, and I wrote one for James Gilbert, Best Kept Secret. I don't know if you have that, but I'm going to give you a copy of it. And then I wrote one for Woody Davis' band in 2007. And that was a farewell CD that I wrote for him because I didn't like the way Woody treated his musicians, you know. First of all, I'm carrying him. And I know that. I didn't boast it or anything, but he needed help. But I didn't like the way he was treating Memphis Mike and Dewey Rucker and Ronnie Reed. I mean, he treated them really bad. And I went about that. So I didn't want to part of it. Man, no. I said, I'm going to do what I said I was going to do. I'm going to write you a CD and then I'm out of here. And it was long after he completed his CD. I think it was maybe a couple of months until Woody had an accident and killed himself. And that was, I saw that coming long before it happened because of his lifestyle. I mean, Woody, to me, I could see he had a monkey on his back. Something was really eating him up inside. Excuse me. Now, Woody never needed money. He had plenty of money, you know. Something else was on his mind. I don't know what it was, but he was having problems. He was having problems at home. And he ended up dying of horrible death. He runs into a bridge, I believe it was, a post on the bridge or something like that. Anyway, he killed himself. And that was my story on Woody. Woody was a good friend of mine. I liked him and everything, but his attitude toward his band members was something I couldn't deal with. When a band comes together and the biggest part of their conversations is arguing, you're going nowhere. You know, somebody has got to listen. Everybody can't run the show. It's all right to everybody listen, and then we agree on going in a certain direction. And we all go in that direction, whether you like it or not. The majority decides which way they're going. And that's the way a band should do things. A band should always take a little bit of the money that they make and put it back. Put it back when you need to do something. You got the money to do it. that was the only way I could do what I did. Is the money that I made on my gig, I would spend that money in the recording studio. And it was like, well, how did you do that? Number one, I had a day job. The money that I made playing, I didn't need. So I saved it. When I wanted to do a CD, I got the money to